Hello and welcome to today's newest logic lesson. If you're watching this lesson, the last thing you learned at school was the letter C, and we'll practice that a lot today. So let's get started. We'll start with our cards. Please use your voice to answer each question. The first few cards, I'll ask a lot of questions that you can answer, and then the last few we'll go through quickly. Here's your first one. What is this? Yep, it's a letter. What's its name? You're right, that's our newest letter, C. Now, what sound do you make when you see the letter C? Good, I hope you said k, k. Remember, this is our newest unvoiced consonant sound. And let's remember the letter C has two sounds, and k is the hard sound. And we have to remember, too, that we use C for the sound k before the vowels A, O, and U. And you'll see that in the words that we're going to practice today. Let's do our next one. What is this? Good, it's a letter. What's its name? Yep, this is I. What sound do you make when you see the letter I? You're right, the sound is I. Is I a consonant sound or a vowel sound? Good, very important that we remember this is one of our vowel sounds. And we see the letter I and hear I in the middle of our CVC words, and I is the short sound for I. Let's keep going. Check out this one. This is a letter. Its name is H. The sound we make is ha. Can you make that sound for me? Say ha. And that is an unvoiced consonant sound. You know this one. This is a letter. Its name is R. The sound we make for R is R. Can you say R? Good. And this is a voiced consonant sound. And here's my last card. It's a letter. Its name is D. Our sound for D is D, and that is a voiced consonant sound. Okay, we went through our cards nice and quickly. Let's move on to sound drill. So make sure you have your marker, your whiteboard, and something to erase. I'll make the sound, you show me the letter, just like we do at school. Let's start with our newest letter that we learned. Show me the letter that we learned that makes the sound K before A, O, and U. All right, I hope you made the letter C. That's our newest letter that we use for K before A, O, and U. Okay, go ahead and erase. Next, show me the letter that makes the sound I. I. All right, I hope you're showing me the letter I. I is our letter that makes the short vowel sound I. Let's keep going. You can erase and show me the letter that makes the sound This is an unvoiced consonant sound. Did you show me H? I hope so. Good job. Do two more. You can erase and show me the letter that makes the sound R. R. Okay, I hope you showed me R. R is our letter that makes the sound R. Nice job. Okay, erase and let's do our last one of the day and then we'll read a few words. Our last one, I want to see the letter that makes the sound D. D. And I hope you showed me the letter D. D. Good job. Okay, you can set your board and marker and tissue to the side because it's time for us to read a few words. Now, we're really going to focus on the words that start with K. which you know is our new unvoiced consonant sound for the letter C. And you'll also notice that our k sound and C is coming before the sounds I for I, or not I, sorry, A for A, for O, and then we haven't learned any sounds for and U yet, but we will soon. Let's get into it. Check out this first one. We'll do it together. We'll start right here. Put your thumb up, and let's fingerspell. Ready, set, go. K, app, cap. Can you do that by yourself for me? Go ahead. Nice job. The word cap has our new letter, C, at the beginning, making the sound K. And notice we have to use C. We're not going to use K because that K sound is coming before an A sound with the letter A. If we have an A with a K before it, we have to use C. Our next word, we also see the letter C before an A here. So let's fingerspell. Ready, set, go. K, at, cat. This is our word cat. Once again, we have to use C for K because it's coming before A in the sound A. Let's do a couple more. So now our vowels switch, but we still know that we use C and K for K before O and aw. So let's try this one. Will you fingerspell it for me? Go ahead. Yep, this is the word caught. K, ought, caught. Very good job. Let's move on to another one. Here we go. Check this one out. Put your thumb up and go ahead. Nice job. This is the word cod. K, odd, cod. Once again, I'll point it out every time so you can get used to seeing it. We have to use C for K. We won't use K because that K sound is coming right before the sound aw. And our rule says we use C before O for K and aw. This last one is just a practice word. So go ahead, you can do this one all by yourself. Let's check together. Him. All right, so let's move on to our spelling words. We are going to do 3 words that have k at the beginning. These will come before A or O, so you know you're going to use C. This is just for practice for us with the letter C. Let's do it. So have your marker ready, have your whiteboard ready. Your first word is the word cat. Cat. So fingerspell it, write it. We'll check it in a few seconds here. And if you made mistakes, you can switch it. It's okay. Let's check it out. When I fingerspell cat, I hear at, cat. The word cat needs C at the beginning because it's coming before the sound a. So we use C for k, A for a, and T for t. Now let's try another one. This one you might be able to do without fingerspelling because it's a sight word. And if you can do that, that's fine. When we do our sight words, you can just write it, or you can fingerspell it too with that whiny A sound in the middle. Your word is can. Can. Just like our sight word can, the first sight word we ever learned at school. Let's see how you did. Yep, here's our sight word can. It follows our rule for the letter C because it has a k sound before that whiny ass sound for A. So we use C for k, A for a, and then N for n, can. All right, you can erase. Let's do one more. Our last word today is the word caught. So say caught, fingerspell it, and write it. And let's take a chance to check it together. When I fingerspell caught, I hear k, ought, caught. So I use C for k, O for ah, T for t, caught. We have to use C because our rule says we use C for k before ah and ah. We have an ah sound right here. So I hope you did a great job today. It was good practice. We have to remember our rule for the letter C. We always use C for the sound k before the vowels A, O, and U. So we use C before the sounds ah, ah, and uh. Thank you so much for working with me today. I think you did a great job.